Greetings. This is Doc Ock coming at you live and direct from Black Facts Headquarters Central this afternoon with another installment of Doc Ock at noon and 9. Now, it may appear sometimes that we repeat ourselves, and sometimes we do, but in essence, what we really like to do is to dig a little bit deeper into the lives of some of these people, like the one we're featuring today, Mr. Benjamin Banneker, okay? Multi-genius, one of the world's most well-known scientists and inventors who even really started yet. First of all, if you're watching this on Facebook, give us a like. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. And then go ahead and spread the word far and wide about Black Facts from coast to coast. Because we're doing it without a boast, but we would like to get a toast. And we'll talk more about that before we go. Meanwhile, let's do our proverb of the day. Proverb of the day, another Mancala proverb, is you win and I win does not make for victory in an IO game. You win and I win does not make for victory in an IO game. And that, I believe, would be a Yoruba proverb. Does that say it there? Yep, sure does say that. Yoruba proverb, all right. All right, yeah, because it said IO, so I figured it was already Yoruba. Okay, IO is the word for Mancala game, for a Mancala game in Yoruba land. Meanwhile, as for our story today, we will be telling the story of Benjamin Banneker this evening. So we will be telling his story in the evening. However, we don't want to repeat and just tell you the same story twice. So what we're going to do is we're going to delve a little bit deeper into the life and times of Benjamin Banneker. And we're going to deal with some of the conflicts that he had with other people from his era. So let's go ahead. We're going to read a little overview here, and then we'll get into some of these conflict situations that he had to deal with. And here we go. Oops, wait a minute. I almost forgot. Let me go to the slideshow. Oops, got to do this first. It's always something you got to do. Always something you got to do. There we go. We're in there now. Okay. And we got the Google slideshow playing. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. All right. And as you can see, that's the cover of the book we'll be reading tonight. The Life of Benjamin Banneker. By the way, that Banneker name is a variation on a name from the area that we now call Ghana. So it must be probably from one of the Akan languages. Meanwhile, for all his Enlightenment influenced ideals, which manifested with the all men are created equal assertions of the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson harbored complicated views of slavery and the abilities of those forced into lives of back-breaking labor. On the one hand, the founding father forcefully condemned the execrable commerce, quote unquote, of slavery in an early draft of the Declaration and took legal steps toward phasing out the practice as a Virginia congressional delegate. Then again, this was also a man who owned more than 600 enslaved people over the course of his own lifetime, and who revealed his own carefully reasoned suspicion, quote unquote, that blacks were, quote unquote, inferior to the whites in the endowments both of body and mind not even to mention the soul. That was a whole another issue, but he didn't really get into that on this one. No, we're not going to get into it on this one. In his notes on the state of Virginia, the contradictions drew pushback even in that era of widespread slavery. But no opposing stance was more notable than that of Benjamin Banneker, a free black man who knew firsthand what a person of his race could do given the chance to flex his cerebral muscles. So in other words, Brother Ben, he wasn't going for that okie doke. Not nary one whit. Mm-hmm. There we go. Banneker earned notice for his work as an astronomer and a surveyor. Born in 1731 in rural Baltimore County, Maryland, one of 200 free black men in an area of 4,000 enslaved black men and 13,000 white folks. And he grew up in a relative comfort on a 100-acre tobacco farm. But these factoids alone, even though they made him a rarity for his era, Banneker was rare for other reasons as well, particularly his brain power, ingenuity. While in his early 20s, he constructed a perfectly working wooden clock after studying the gears of a pocket watch, an achievement described as one of the curiosities of the wild region, quote unquote. He enjoyed more intellectual stimulation after befriending George Ellicott, a surveyor, mathematician, and amateur astronomer who readily shared the contents of his library. Focused on tracking the motions of celestial bodies, Banneker successfully predicted a solar eclipse in the year 1789. In 1791, he joined Ellicott's cousin Andrew to work as an assistant surveyor on the development of what would become Washington, D.C. He also put the finishing touches on a farmer's almanac, which included his painstaking calculations for an ephemeris, or celestial table, and he sent it to a Philadelphia-based printer for publication. He used Jefferson's own words, though, to call out the injustice of slavery. These recent accomplishments in hand, Banneker penned a 1,400-word letter to Jefferson, who was at that time the Secretary of State. On August 17, 1791, noting that he was of the African race, and in that color which is natural to them of the deepest hue, Banneker appealed to his subjects as a man of fairness and reason. I apprehend you will readily embrace every opportunity to eradicate that train of absurd and false ideas and opinions which so generally prevails with respect to us, weans. Oh. And that your sentiments are concurrent with mine, which are that one universal Father have given being to us all, and that however variable we may be in society or religion, however diversified in situation or color, we are all of the same family and stand in the same relationship to God Almighty, that one you say you believe in so much. He went on to remind Jefferson of his well-documented words. Suffer me to recall to your mind that time in which the arms and tyranny of the British crown were exerted with every powerful effort in order to reduce you to a state of servitude. It was now, sir, that your abhorrence thereof was so excited that you publicly held forth this true and invaluable doctrine, which is worthy to be recorded and remembered in all succeeding ages. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and that they are endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. End quote. With that, he pinned the greatest statesman into a corner. But, sir, how pitiable is it to reflect that although you were so fully convinced of the benevolence of the Father of mankind, that you should at the very same time counteract his mercies in detaining by fraud and violence so numerous a part of my brethren under groaning captivity and cruel oppression, that you should at the same time be found guilty of that most criminal act which you professedly detested in others with respect to yourselves. Banneker backed off by noting he would not presume to prescribe methods by which the situation may be relieved, and closed by casually mentioning he had included a handwritten copy of his soon-to-be published almanac. Well, Jefferson didn't exactly cotton to this kind of talk being foisted on him by a black man. So, you know, he had to respond. Unfortunately, though, our time has run out, and we're going to have to read about the response tomorrow. But we will continue on tomorrow, because we're going to talk about Banneker for the next couple of days here, at least. Now, in our evening presentations, we probably won't focus on Banneker for the rest of the week. So you can continue watching. You can watch both presentations, and in that evening presentation, I'm pretty sure we're going to cover more people. So if you want to know about other people, continue watching the evening program as well. This is Doc Ock at noon and 9, and we are signing off for now, but we will be Black Tonight at 9 p.m. with more Black Facts for you. In the meanwhile, we're going to say peace out without a doubt, of course, with justice, because peace without justice disgusts us. And of course, we're going to remind you, if you haven't already, give us a like if you're watching on Facebook, a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube, and please, 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 for your sake and mine, don't forget to subscribe to our Tubular Black Facts channel on YouTube. That's the place where you can see our full presentations with images, slideshows, videos, etc. You're only going to see part of that during our actual live stream on Facebook. We have been, however, uploading those, sharing those YouTube presentations on Facebook. So if you wait a little bit, you'll be able to see the full presentation and get an idea of what you're missing. But the easiest way is just go ahead and sign up on YouTube. That way you get it live and direct the first time. And you, like Imani Zaire, can go ahead and give us a wave. Why, if you are on Facebook, you can go ahead and do that as well. And I see Michael Phillips over here. I saw Sledge Bay over there. And I see Curtis Warren. Thank you all for watching. And thanks to everybody for your full and for your full support. We'll put it that way. Meanwhile, we're gone. Peace out without a doubt. We're going to get some work done and enjoy some of this sun and have a little fun out in the sun before it's all gone. See you tonight.